Hello again, everyone. The first true road game for the Bearcats in Toledo? Well, let's say it didn't go as planned. That's certainly not part of those plans. Cincinnati are already down 3 when Munchie Legault sees something his receiver doesn't. What he apparently doesn't see is Jermaine Robinson, who takes it all the way back to the house for 6. Touchdown Rockets. Down 13 in the second quarter when Legault atones for his sins. He plunges up the middle to get the Bearcats on the board. But the Rockets led at halftime 16-13. 19-13 now, and this time Legault drops back and check out the throw. But an even better catch by Damon Julian. Bearcats take their first lead of the game, but it was their last lead of the game because on the ensuing kickoff, this is Bernard Reedy, and he will go all the way. The Rockets didn't score a single offensive touchdown the entire game. Here another one courtesy the special teams. The Bearcats would give it one last final heave-ho, but it would result in another pick to end it. They won't be ranked 21st next week. Cincinnati falls to Toledo 29-23 in the 4-1-9. From Toledo, we bounce it down to Columbus, where the Buckeyes were hosting Purdue. We pick things up in the third. Ohio State down by 6 when Braxton Miller takes off for the big gainer, but it would prove costly. Miller stays down. He would not return. Take another look. Buckeye Nation collectively holding their breath, but there was still a game to win. Enter Kenny Guyton, who with just seconds left, rolls left and finds Chris Fields. Touchdown. But they need a 2-point conversion to send things to overtime. Onto the 2-point try, Guyton to Jeff Howerman. It's good. We've got free football. In overtime, Buckeyes got the ball first, and Carlos Hyde makes sure the Boilermakers would need to punch one in as well if they wanted to keep things going. Last chance for Purdue. Caleb Turbush avoids the rush. It's up, but he can't connect on the throw, and despite losing their leader, the Buckeyes hang on to stay undefeated under Urban Meyer. Another team that might have overlooked their opponent, number 16 Louisville, hosting South Florida, and with just 3 minutes in the fourth quarter, the Bulls take the lead. Luckily for Teddy Bridgewater, he's got ice water flowing through his veins. He sticks the pass in between the zone coverage, 27-25 cards. Last chance for the Bulls. Daniels fires deep, but it's not going to be deep enough into the wrong team. Adrian Bushell ends the game with the interception as Louisville hangs on to win again. They stay undefeated for next week's matchup with the Bearcats. Moving to Division III, Rod Huber's Lions looking for their 4th win of the year against Manchester. But the Spartans would have none of it. Nick Williams takes the snaps from shotgun, rolls left, keeping it himself to make it 10-0. The Lions played tough defense throughout, but their offense came up short by a field goal. Mount St. Joe's loses 17-14. A big-time high school matchup pitted St. X versus Cleveland St. Ignatius. The Bombers rocking pink to support breast cancer. It was 7-6 St. X after halftime, and on the very first play from their own 20-yard line, that's Robert Rees racing down the sidelines, making the house call 14-6 Bombers just like that. A fumble recovery for St. X gave them the ball right back, and this time Nick Tesling finds Ryan Frey on the slant route, and he hangs on to make it 21-6. This game is over, right? Well, don't tell the Wildcats, because that will make them angry, and you wouldn't like them when they're angry. They scored on their next 3 possessions and never looked back. St. X falls 32-21, and it dims their postseason hopes. From 3 wins in a row to back-to-back losses, the Bengals are in desperate need of a victory come Sunday night against the Steelers. Why so desperate so early in the season, you ask? Because after losing to the Browns last week, Cincinnati has just 1 win in the division. A loss to Pittsburgh would drop them to 1-3 in the AFC North, not to mention their overall record would fall below 500. With just another matchup against both the Steelers and Ravens, it would mean the Bengals could only hope to finish 3-3 in division. But giving them hope heading into Sunday night's contest, the 17th overall pick in April's draft, Drake Kirkpatrick, could make his season debut, and that could help their mediocre pass defense.
I've been really impressed with Drake Kirkpatrick in practice. More impressed than any time he's been here. Even more impressive than when he was here for rookie camp. I think he's competing well. He's practicing very hard. He's getting his conditioning to where it needs to be to sustain playing in an NFL game.
That's coach's decision. I have no idea. I'm just pretty much just playing my role. When my number's called, it's gonna be called. So I'm not even gonna bug coach. He got a lot on his plate, so it's not even my job to go ask.
Tu Holloway, gone. Kenny Freeze, gone. Mark Lyons, gone. Des Wells, gone. gone. The official name of tonight's pep rally was Musketeer Madness. Well, after the madness that ensued this offseason, for the nearly 4,000 people on hand to watch tonight's proceedings, Xavier might have wanted to change the name to Meet the Musketeers. But from the smoke and ashes, Coach Mack hopes a phoenix will rise, possibly in the form of a familiar face in Jeff Robinson. There are big shoes to fill at point guard, but fans are excited at the prospect of Samaj Christian. Could make for a long season on Dana Avenue, and this might be the only type of dancing we see for Xavier come March. A chippy night down at US Bank Arena between the Cyclones and Titans tonight. But when they weren't hitting each other, they were hitting the back of the net. Check out Garrett Wilson on the finish to score the game's first goal. But excellent putt movement by Trenton on their next possession leaves Blake Kessel with an open net, and he ties things up going top shelf. Poor defense by the Titans at the end of the first period, though. Francis Bouchard makes them pay. 2-1 Cyclones at that point, 6-4 by game's end. That's it for sports. We're back after this.